Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Daedalian Opus for the Game Boy. I am making this right after playing the last video because we played through levels 26 through 30, and now we're going to play through levels 31 through 36. So let's go ahead and go through level 31. So here we go with a playfield that's shaped like a gun. I had a few things right at the start when I tried to do this on my own. For instance, the protractor goes here, the cross goes here, and the L train goes here. And I had the feeling that you had to put this here, which you do, and that you had to use the long boy horizontally and place it here. Here's where things get a little interesting. You probably think that you have to use the handle right here, but that actually doesn't work. What you have to do is place the Sunsoft S near these three pieces where the barrel of the gun is. Then you place the faucet next to the Sunsoft S, and then you place the handle so that fits into it. Yeah, that was a bit of a thing. And here is where you place Mr. T. Now for the last three pieces, you obviously have to put Dolph Ziggler right there. Utah actually goes here, but in this position, not the one that I originally placed it in. And then you have room for the nightstick. And that is how you go through level number 31. Almost said 131. This isn't Kablooey the Lost Levels or something. And I just recently played that before recording this. Anyway, we got a couple more levels to go. We might as well start doing them. So, password for level 32 is wood. Let's go ahead and get busy. So I had a few good ideas. I knew that somehow you would have to place the handle in one of them, in one of the little dead ends. And I had the feeling you had to do it with the protractor and Mr. T. Now you think you may have to use the cross with the handle. Nope, it's the faucet again. And you have to place this right here. Then you have to use the zigzag, Dolph Ziggler. Now, we have to place Long Boy over here. And then we put Nightstick over here. And then we can place Utah. As for this part, we need to place Sunsoft S right here. We can place the L train right here. That'll give us somewhere to place the cross. And someplace to put the lightning bolt. And that is how you get through 32. Level 33. Bass. Or bass. Now this one probably seems simple enough. I mean, it's pretty obvious you have to place the long boy horizontally, which I got right. But that was probably the only thing about this that I got right. Turns out you need to place the nightstick like that all the way in the left end. And then you can place this here. Mr. T. And then you can place L train over here. Now you're probably thinking, well, how do you use the handle? Do you have to put it at one of the ends? And the answer is yes. The thing is, you have to place this actually, what am I saying? You're probably thinking, well, don't you put the cross here? Actually, the answer is no. Because why else would I be using the faucet? I can't even keep track of what I'm doing. Because this game has just driven me to just a point. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. That's amazing. You have to put the faucet here. There's just no fixed method to the madness. You figuratively and literally have to work with everything in every possible way just to get one combination that works. That's just how this game is. And now that we've placed Long Boy over there, horizontally at the top, we need to place a protractor here. And then we can place Sunsoft S over here. This will go over here. And somehow, this is where you place the cross. From there, you can place Dolph Ziggler, and you can place Utah. And that's how you get through number 33. Level 34. Password is Mind. Which you've probably lost by the time you've reached this point of the game. Maybe. So, I had the right idea with Longboy when I tried to do this. Before eventually giving up and having to use a cheat sheet out there on the internet. Only thing is, you kind of have to place it like that. And then you had to place Mr. T on his top to actually do something with that. Also, I hate the placement of everything here. Lightning Bolt goes here. Now for the other leg of what seems like an elephant. Or something. I guess. Protractor goes here. And then you have to horizontally flip Sunsoft S and put it here. Nightstick will go here. From here, you can place the L train up in the upper left, and then you'll have to place Dolph Ziggler over here. Now, faucet goes here. Handle and cross go here. And you have to move Utah out of the bottom before you can rotate it and place it there. And that's how you get through number 34. And now it's time for level 35. Password is star. I kind of want to make a joke involving a gold star, but I feel like I have nothing and it wouldn't be funny. Not because it'd be controversial or anything, but just because it'd be boring. Anyway, you have to place Mr. T here. I kind of figured as much as soon as I started this one. And then from here, you want to place the handle and the cross. And then everything gets a little weird. This goes here, the protractor. Sunsoft S goes here. Actually, no. Sunsoft S or even Zigzag does not go there. You have to place the faucet here. Then you place the Sunsoft S. Then you place Utah upside down right here. Then we can place this, the Zigzag, aka Dolph Ziggler. And then we can place Longboy. Lightning Bolt will go here in this direction. And then we can place L-Train and Nightstick. And that's how you get through level 35. I forgot to mention, I actually managed to complete this one on my own. And I did it in 37 seconds. Just from randomly placing things. And I'm going to show off my solution to this after we beat the game in this version. For now, this version... I cannot English to save my life. This video... We beat this game, this video, whatever. Ay. Well, after you complete level 35, you're expected to believe, oh, hey, there should be, like, a certain amount of levels that ends in a 3 or not a 3, but a 0 or a 5. And then once you complete that level, that's it. Nope. This is how you found out about level 36. Well. You seem to have made all this way. As a token of our appreciation for your skill, or in this case from using a GameFAQs cheat sheet, or Game FAQs cheat sheet, here's another square block. Take a square block and try for the last level. It looks simple, but there are 16,146 configurations. I don't know how you could possibly have come up with that number. Hey, dude. You're on it again. What does that even mean? But anyway, we have a password, and we have a fairy for our 13th and final piece. Password is fine, and we have this small square block that is 5 blocks. Instead of 5 blocks, it's 4. Also, it's here in the puzzle, and we have a special song for this one part. Believe it or not, you do have to move this, because once again, a hint system. What's that? Said the game. So, we need to place the L-Train here. We're going to place... the Lightning Bolt over here. We're going to place Mr. T right side up over here. And this is where you place the square. I'm not even going to give the square a nickname. I'm just going to call him the square. Now from here, you have to just play around. Sunsoft S goes here. Handle goes there. You actually have to place the handle there. It actually has to be used with the nightstick. Not the faucet, not the cross. The nightstick. The cross does go above the handle and the nightstick, though. I find it interesting that more often than not, the handle and the cross are gotta be fairly near each other. More often than not. Anyway, Protractor goes here. Dolph Ziggler goes here. Longboy goes here. And obviously we have a place to put the faucet. And then we can place Utah over here, and that's it. We've done it. We've beaten Daedalian Opus. Or rather, we just kind of interneted our way through Daedalian Opus, just to see how the game really was. Well, now to see what happens when we press start. Awesome, dude. You'll get a password to any level. Also, you get to see the close-up of this guy that you've been playing as all along. Zeal. It looks like a 2, but it's a Z. Keep coming back, and I'll make you a Daedalian master. Well, dude, it's been radical. Later. And the hero and Dr. P both say goodbye to us. We also get this large close-up of a fairy, which is just a larger version of the fairy sprite. And when we press A, we go back to the title screen. No credits. That's it. Just that ending. So before I go, I do want to do two things, besides my own solution for level 35. First of all, if you press A on the title screen, you actually get the controls. I wish I knew about this sooner. It would have made things a little more easier in terms of describing how to play the game. And also because I'm not sure if anyone knows about this. Unless they pressed A instead of start and then they found out about this on accident. Which is definitely a possibility. So yeah, this is all the controls. A picks up and drops, B rotates, start rotates horizontally, select rotates vertically, A and B clear stuff, and return stuff to their default position, and that's it. That's everything you do with the buttons that aren't the control pad. Anyway, let's go ahead and use... Wrong button. Let's go ahead and use the stage select password. The cursor needs to be to the right of the letter you want to use, not the left. And when you get it right, you'll end up on this screen. So let's go ahead and show off how I unintentionally solved number 35. Just like with the password screen, you just use the control pad, and I believe I selected with A, so you could probably also use start to confirm. And here's what I did. I placed the handle and the cross right here. Placed this here, the long boy, and then I placed the lightning bolt. I then went for the nightstick, and then I started playing around with stuff. And I believe I put this here and just kind of did that, which is kind of a weird way to figure things out. You can probably tell by how I pulled this off that my brain just didn't want to work with this game. And from here, well, actually, I may have placed this first. I know I had that idea going on, but yeah, once I had had the Mr. T and everything else placed, I then placed the faucet and Utah over there after rotating everything. I did this. I rotated L train. I put the protractor there and Yeah. I was able to put the last piece in. Don't ask me how I figured out that this is also a possible combination, because the only way to figure anything out in this game is to throw stuff wherever and hope stuff sticks. And hope you don't have a space that is the exact shape of a space that you've or not a space, but a piece that you've already used. And of course we get this screen again, which we've already read like a couple minutes ago. And those are basically the two things that I wanted to show off. And that has been Daedalian Opus for the Game Boy. If there was ever a game on the Game Boy to have a love-hate relationship with, this is it. It's tailor-made for the Game Boy, especially for what was in the library earlier. It was definitely one of those games that you could be busy with on the go, whether on any sort of teleportation, on any sort of transportation that you were taking. Bus, train, subway, bullet train, monorail, your dad's minivan, if you were like 10 years old or something. It's perfect for the Game Boy. It's definitely its presence on this handheld is perfectly purpose driven. I like that. I can't even knock that. I actually did think about that while playing the game, and I'm like, you know what? As much as this could have made sense for NES, this definitely gives you even more of something to do outside of the house. Especially in the late 80s, early 90s. That whole era when this game came out. I totally get that. And the controls and the way the game is work with that purpose. You have the pieces. You can rotate them, you can pick them up, you can place them, you can move them around. It's just you and the board. That's great. That's fine. Makes for a really good early Game Boy game when you think about that. But if you're trying to go through the game and actually beat it, all that becomes a double-edged sword. Yes, it's just you and the pieces and the game board. But at the same time, it's just you and the pieces and the game board. You don't have anything resembling a hint system. And you're left to your own devices, which add to the double-edged swordedness. And because of that, you may like this game, or you may not like this game. If you give it enough of a chance and you give it enough of your time. I feel if you do both of these things, it's gonna be hard to have a in-between sort of opinion. But does the game look okay? Does the game have a fairly good amount of music? Does it play well? Yes, it does all that. The graphics are alright. I do find it interesting that there is a anime style art style here with this game, despite it being from 1989, 1990. The game doesn't sound too terrible, even though it doesn't take long for the music to loop. It doesn't make you want to turn the volume dial all the way down either. Just out of just not liking it. And the controls are definitely responsive. I didn't have much of a problem at all. As for the replay value, once you beat this game, there's nothing to keep you coming back except maybe the stage select password of Zeal, just to see if you can beat any of the things again, any of the levels again. And of course, there's always more than one way to complete levels. But unless your interest is that strong, I cannot imagine anyone coming back just to do that. Unless they really love the game. Despite everything being about it being a reason to like it, everything about the game being a reason to like the game, and a reason to dislike the game. Is this worth checking out? Is this worth giving a shot? I mean, you could probably pick this up for cheap, but at the same time, it's worth giving a shot. I don't blame you if you don't want to spend time trying to beat it. But if you do want to beat it, be prepared to spend quite a bit of time with this one. Unless you want to use the internet to look stuff up. Because you're going to need a lot of patience for this game. It's a fine early Game Boy game. I can understand why this was placed on Game Boy. It works rather well. But at the same time, you'll either like this or you won't. Still worth checking out, though. And that has been Let's Play Daedalian Opus for the Game Boy. Hopefully you enjoy this as much as I did. Maybe just a little bit more. Though, compared to other games, I'm not sure how anyone would feel with this one compared to others. It's not as clear-cut. Maybe it is, and I just can't tell. Hopefully I'll be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, maybe somewhere in between, who knows. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!